you guys are familiar with makerspaces, but I've co-founded a makerspace in Centurion. It's basically a house that's been converted to have space for people to come in, and we have machines like, for example, 3D printers, CNC machines, laser cutters, and so on. And the idea is that like engineers can get together with startups or with students or with anyone basically with an idea that wants to build something, and then we can try out new technology, new prototype solutions and so on. So when I started here, one of the ideas was to build a Maker Lab, which is what you see behind me. And the reason we want a Maker Lab in our research lab, it's not usual to see one in a research lab. But for us, we work a lot with technology. We work a lot with what we call Internet of Things, which is basically sensors that we put out into the world to collect data so that we can use it to come up with solutions. Okay, so as you know, IBM's got this amazing system called Watson, which can learn and infer and get insights from lots of data. But to get that data in the first place, we need to go and put sensors out in the field. So this Makers Lab, for example, allows us to prototype sensors for Internet of Things. It's just as one example. But we can also do a lot of other things. For example, we've got this 3D printer, which basically was a 3D printer designed by a local South African guy. He won an international award for it. And basically, he quit his job and he now builds these printers and sells them full-time, which is kind of a cool story, but it's also kind of like the collaborations that we like to do with local entrepreneurs, local startups, also with students. So the other day we had a group called Geek Culture. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Geek Culture, but they basically, they take students in the ICT sector, they give them training, they give on-the-job training, they put them in touch with investors, with companies, basically try and develop ICT skills locally. So we had them over here, and they set up a space here where they were building a solution that monitors artwork and tries to figure out how many people looked at which pieces of artwork in a gallery, for example, and then feed that data into IBM's Watson service, which will then be able to pull out a lot of data, like for example, what was the most popular artwork, or which was the artwork that had the most amount of churn, and so on. Okay, so typically the Makerspace allows us to then collaborate with people like that, with startups, with students, with other companies within this precinct, but also with universities. So obviously we have a collaboration with WITS, but we open to other universities as well. And then of course we're going to get interns that will also, we'll sort of train them up on how to use IBM's technology, but also how to use, so a lot of the stuff that you see here are open source solutions or readily available solutions like Raspberry Pis and Arduinos and so on. These are used by the maker community to build solutions, and it's one of the things that's driving innovation. A lot of the Kickstarter projects and stuff that you see started off in someone's garage as someone tinkering and making little devices. So as an example, this is one of our first projects that we built in this Maker Lab. This is basically a little device. It's a sensor that we use to collect data, and we used it in our inauguration. Okay, and basically it's a very cheap, tiny sensor that we're going to turn into a wearable. This is sort of our prototype, and what it does is it collects data about which other tags. So if we have multiple of them in a room, for example, or in one location, it will figure out which other tags are close by. And the reason we built these is to help with tracking, for example, the spread of tuberculosis. That was the main drive behind this. So currently we do surveys to figure out how are people contracting TB, for example. Like it's actually quite a large problem here. And we don't clearly understand where the hotspots are, like how it spreads through communities, how it spreads from one community to the other. So we do a lot of surveys, but the surveys give us very unreliable data. When you ask people where they've been in the last month, it's very hard for them to figure it out. So what we do is we can build a whole bunch of these tags, and we can sort of put them into a community with maybe known TB carriers and others. So the thing is, this just collects data about tag numbers. It doesn't have personal information, doesn't do GPS tracking, that kind of stuff. And then when we get the data back, we can infer information about who are the best people within a community to inoculate. How do these diseases spread? What kind of contact duration leads to high risk of TB being communicated, and so on. So those are the kind of questions we want to answer with these tags. So this is one of our first projects. I think that covers pretty much our Makers Lab. Behind us is a data center. So where we do all our number crunching. So we've got a lot of capacity to expand in there as well. And then in that room, as you head out, you can probably look through the window and you'll see a massive battery bank because we live in South Africa and sometimes power goes out. So so that will keep it running until the generator kicks in. So yeah, that's our makeup.